This is episode 218 of the one and only IT in the D show. Thank you for clicking play. Guests this
Often
week.
imitated, never duplicated.
Never duplicated. Guests this week are Jamie and Carlos from dsdt, and then we have Brian Cranston from MEDC. All the acronyms.
But why?
But why? We have something to announce.
What?
You're going to want to stay tuned.
Oh, it's going to be that.
Yeah, and just always remember,
it's gonna be
kids,
that night.
and remember, crack is whack. We'll be talking about that in segment 1. Segment 2, we got the DSDT and MEDC teams talking about our cool announcement. Jamie and Carlos are here from DSDT, which is the Detroit School of Digital Technology in Southwest Detroit. I guess talk about what you guys do there, and we can kind of.
How long you been around?
So DSDT has been around since 2009, and actually we've changed many shapes since 2009. However, we added this whole IT sector and jobs related to A+, Net+, Security+. But you're right. So it's kind of funny when I meet with employers and I say, you know, we have to meet the marketplace needs. What's your need? It's not bachelor degrees. It's not, you know, associate degrees. It's, do you have the hands-on training that I need to actually make your students that graduated employable? So it's all about what the employer needs. So being a Pearson VUE testing center, we're one of the only ones in Detroit. It's worth its weight in gold.
Critical for the
To be honest with you, it really is. But when you talk about help desk and you talk about A+ and Net+, it's still hard to get jobs. So it takes not only us, but it takes the community to realize, like, look, we're willing to train the employers or the employees to be employable ready, so to speak, and we'll take your, you know, do they know how to work a voltmeter? Do they know how to wear? Yep. It's not only just A+, Net+. Is the training facility that you're actually sending your employees to or your employers through, is it employer ready?
See, and honestly, like that's one of the things I loved when we were like we did that tour with the Ford and UAW guys, and just talking. I'm completely blanking on his name right now. Who teaches?
Dave.
Yes.
Dave Barry.
Just the like what he does with the A+ classes, and like okay, hey, you know what? We've got all these computers in here, and he goes through and he breaks something different in every one. Go fix.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, like there's the online portion of this, but I mean, you still have the opportunity to go, okay, here's the hands-on. This is what it is, and this is what it does, and this is how it actually works.
And if you don't have that, you're not worth anything. So New Horizons around the block from us, they can train all day long in A+, Net+, Security+. It doesn't matter if you don't meet the employer's needs. If you're not employer ready, it means nothing in our marketplace. You need to ask the employer, what is it that you need to have your employees trained in, and what can we do to tailor or alter our curriculum to meet your needs?
So
A+ certification is one piece of it. You have to have voltmeter. You have to have installation tech. You have to have all these little nuances. I'm just going to get my A+ or I'm going to get my Net+. No, it's a continuum. It's a build-upon curriculum that could get you employer ready for cybersecurity in the end, or ethical hacking, which is much needed.
You're always going to be learning.
Absolutely, but the thing is I think that a lot of institutions just say, I'm going to make my curriculum, you know, just standard, basic, A+, Net+. I'm going to get the help desk, you know, technicians, or I'm going to get the installation technicians. No, that's not the case. When really employers are saying, I need my employers or my employees to be ready for installation technician. I need them to be able to route wires. I need them to be able to do fiber optics. I need them to be able to do voltmeters. You know, employers or institutions are not willing to take that into consideration and say, let me alter my curriculum to meet your employer needs. That's the most important. If you can get the back end, you've got the front end. That's what needs to be assessed all the time.
Well, and one of the most important things from our perspective working with you guys was you had such a big network with what you've been doing for 16 years. This is what you wanted to do. This was your goal, is to take people that were doing other things like your brother-in-law. You know, he was painting floors, and look what he's doing now. And that's the goal, is to employ people that were unemployable before. Change their skill set.
Or at least
change their skill level.
Unemployable in this marketplace.
Right.
I mean,
Look at all the retail stuff going on in Macy's and all the
even right now, with the Amazon pitch that we're doing, both in Detroit and Grand Rapids, part of that is what you guys are doing. Look, We have one of the programs that we're working on. One of the grants that we
workforce is
provide
here.
is the workforce development, working with ITintheD to provide these type of people that get into the IT world. And that's what's critical right now, especially in Michigan. Training people for jobs in Michigan is critical because we have such a wonderful environment for business, but we're just a little bit lacking in talent. So we're developing that talent, and when we go to things like Amazon wanting to come to Detroit, wanting to come to Grand Rapids, looking at cities to do that, that's what's critical because we can show them, look, we have these things in place in order to provide that talent to your company.
Well, I mean, and that's, and the other part of this is, again, is us railing against what's going on out there currently. You know, like I said, you know, you've got the boot camps that are out there doing their thing. You've got, we know of another program that's out there that threw $2 million and got less than 20 people through what we're talking about for a teeny fraction of that. We're gonna make that work. I mean, and that's the thing. Like, it's the model is broken for a lot of that stuff, and so like this is us trying to say, yeah, no, that's not what you need. That's not. This is how this should flow and how this should work, and this is how it's going to happen.
And it's almost no different than everything that's happened in IT over the last 2 decades. Is there's a way to do it in the analog world.
Right.
There's a way to do it in the digital world, and this is kind of that. Where okay, yeah, you can go pay $15K to somebody and not get a certification, and they're going to show up at your events, but yet if you want to get certified and you want to just have a better life, maybe work in IT, do something that you're passionate about, that you're excited about, come to ITintheD, spend your $29, work with the teams. We have volunteers that are going to help you.
You don't have to spend $29. We'll spend it for you.
There you go.
We have that covered. That's the point.
Right. So spend $0 and come start your career in IT.
Yeah, but look at these institutions. They're not accredited. They're not.
Right.
They haven't gotten the law call. So that's what I can say about our institution at DSDT. We are nationally accredited, which takes 5 years, and a team of 30 people, nonetheless, right? So when you look at institutions, are they nationally accredited? Can they take Canadians? Can they take FAFSA? Can they do
No Canadians.
not only
No,
you look Canadian,
Party
What are you
family
talking
run.
about,
I'm
Abe?
kidding. I'm kidding.
but it's important to realize, like, what is the institution that I'm sending? Do they have a tight strategic plan? Do they have policies and procedures that can really make impact in our community? These are all important things to look at. If you're a training institution that's funded by the, 17% white male who is running the city, is that important? Is that the most important thing? It's not. Is it, have you gone the long haul? Can you justify your training programs, and do you stand by what you believe in?
Well,
which
if you're
is
going to their
training.
training programs and they're not hiring you, then what?
Well, that's another story.
Well, that's why you need transferable, certificates and accreditations that
Yes.
you can. If you think about your career in a longer term, right? Regardless, let's say that other thing did work out for you. What next, right?
What's next?
Do you want to be locked into that one thing, or do you want to be able to, have an
Right.
be an employer of choice?
Can you take an ability to transfer? Can you, transfer your credits to a university? Can you be an associate's degree? Can you be a bachelor degree? All of these things are very important. You can't do that with a training institution. You can do it with a nationally accredited training center, which is what
So
we
I
are.
feel bad. We've stepped on Carlos, who's wanted to jump in here for like the last 10 minutes.
20 minutes, right?
Hard to get a word in edgewise with us.
Wow.
A lot of talkers.
So my thing is, first of all, I would argue the fact that there's a lot of creativity coming out of Detroit, right? The fact is that a lot of locals simply don't know, right? It's not even that they don't have access to it, they just don't know.
Right.
All right? By DSDT being in the position that it is, it allows those that are perhaps considering a second career path in their lives to be engaged with the IT portion. Our the A+, Net Plus certification, allowing them to get into positions to where when Amazon comes in, they're actually viable in the resurgence of a Detroit city. That's something probably a year ago that was unfathomable.
Yeah.
Right? So with the DSDT and MEDC, because I just learned all these.
And the
It's
EIEIO.
it's so many acronyms, right?
And the QVC.
right.
And-
But with them
HSN.
pairing together, it allows the community to get more on the technology base. I mean, you have to consider things, right? 50% of the community of Detroit, right, is considered to be illiterate.
See, I was gonna hit Jer because Jer is the
40%.
keeper of stats. Jer, what's the stat of residents of Detroit that do not have a college degree?
40%. Oh.
Oh,
college
no
degree.
college
That's
degree.
different.
Oh,
That's
only
different.
16% of Detroit
Yeah.
residents have a college degree.
So
back-
16%.
So that's 84% of
There you
people that
go.
are eliminated
Math.
Okay.
from
Good
most
math
of
there.
those programs.
Good math
Right.
there.
That doesn't even consider those that are illiterate, right?
So
Right. Well, and
But-
the illiterate statistic can be questioned, but we can look at the hard numbers with the degree and say that's the situation because that's what employers are looking.
because
for.
again, that's 84% of the people that are precluded from some of the programs that we've
Programs.
looked at in
Yes.
the past that say you have to have a college
Oh.
degree to enter.
Bachelors.
Oh.
Not just
Well,
college.
isn't it? And in a lot of ways, it's all about on ramps, right? And giving people the opportunity to get into something.
So I bring that up for the simple fact that I literally remember last week we had a lady in our office who literally she had a problem because she had taken she's in the A+ program, and she came in. She said, "Carlos, I'm illiterate," right? And when in my mind it's like, what do you mean when you say illiterate?
Right.
You took the games, you took all that. She says, "I have a hard time comprehending what I read." You know, so how do we equate that somehow in the statistics in order to get her through that gate hole, in order to get to that job to where she can be included in those positions at Amazon that's out in
Gotcha.
Livonia now, you know, that we're trying to get into the city, or whether it be Google that's perhaps going to come in the city, or even the Facebooks that's offering maybe 20,000 over the next 5 years.
Or
How
what
can we
about
get
the
those?
people who have gone through the entire process at one of a familiar organizations that teaches coding that are told no upon the complete entry?
Like I said, you go
that
through
are
their
very
training
well
class.
equipped person. So today, for example, not to throw us off on a tangent, but so a student Pat, he almost passed, but he was 10 points underneath the passing rate, right? And to me, and he was just like in tears, and I said, "Oh my God, you're the highest I've ever seen without anybody helping you pass a test." I was so proud of him, and he said, "Are you seriously proud of me?" So it's not just about numbers. And I challenge everyone here at the table to realize it's not just about numbers, it's about the human that you're talking about.
Absolutely.
Because this person deserves a chance. And he deserves to know that he's really worked hard. And he scored only 10 points less than a passing rate. Is it worth the extra $200 to make him pass? I think
Yup.
it is.
Yeah.
So that's where Carlos steps in and say,
Just talk about yourself in the third person.
Carlos says we're not a nonprofit, right?
Carlos
We're
just
not
went
the
Bob Dole
nonprofit, right?
Bob Dole.
Yeah, but you know
but
what?
so
Can you smell what the Carlos is cooking?
I never can.
Polo shirts and khakis. I mean, pair of Dockers. I mean,
Right.
good to go, right?
hey, I just like to say that, you know, I would like to see more of the employer-led opportunities within the city coming from like the tops, right?
Yeah.
Whether it be an Amazon or a Facebook or a Google or whatever, just based on the simple fact that even though there may not be a lot of experience coming from those that may have taken a 6-week or 8-week course, they still are driven based on the fact that they would like to be in IT and they would like to give the best all, right?
Or it's employer ready. So we've met with them. We've taken the time to make it employer ready to meet their needs, the market needs. We've taken the time to take the initiative to have them fill out the form. What's important to you as an employer, as a Detroit employer? So if you can put that on paper, don't just put it on paper. Mean what you say.
That's right.
Say what you mean.
See, and that's
Employ
honestly
the
those are the
people
ones that
that
kill
you've
me.
done.
Those
That's
are
right.
that last event, and they were like, "Yep, we paid $10,000 and nothing."
Right.
There wasn't a job at the end of
It's,
it for
you
us.
know what? I don't even
They
care
took the-
anymore.
they
Like
took
I
the
used
top
to
4.
caution what I
Yeah.
say. I used to caution what I say with whatever cause, but it's the truth. You meet me at the table. You say what you need me to train you in. You say what you need my students to be trained in, and at the end of the day, you're not going to hire them. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and just, oh, sorry, I'm going to do what the community wants me to say and say, oh, they're great and blah, blah. They're under the mayor's arm or Dan Gilbert's arm. No, it's the truth. If you
Or
say
in
what
the
you
palm
say
of their hand.
at the table and you mean it, then employ the people that you said you'd employ.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then I'll be the interpreter. What I'm saying on behalf of DSDT is the simple fact that if we have more corporate entities coming to the table and saying that we're going to set our base camp in Detroit, then we would like to have more individuals trained in whether it be A plus, Net plus, Security plus, and then at that time we'll consider them from some sort of long-term employment.
Wow, on a
All
bad
right,
self.
so I do
Say it out
have a
loud.
closing comment. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
do get free money, or if you do have somebody pay for your education, for Christ's sake, please use your education wisely. I never had anyone pay for my education and or even think about it.
So
And see, we have class, so if you don't show up
Yep.
for 3 classes, we automatically bar you.
Yep.
So you're on
No, I remember-
probation.
I was there for one of those
Oh, we're
conversations.
crazy
yeah.
about that. So,
and
in-
so are we
in
because
our
we didn't want
world,
everyone rushing to sign up, and then all of a sudden
They
it's
can't.
Cricket City.
they can't.
So
if you
we
have
didn't want to be
3
Google Plus.
absences
Yeah,
at our
right.
school, 3 absences will put you on probation because it's part of our national. That's the importance of being nationally accredited.
Right. There's
We
accountability.
care about
Go-
what we do. There's
accountability. Go figure.
Take yourself accountable. Please be passionate about getting an education where somebody actually cares for free.
Because we do, you should. It's not our life. It's yours.
Not rocket science.
Yeah.
So
And
hey,
we're helping.
we are
We're
helping.
We're
So,
paying. We're paying for you to improve your life.
Yeah. I mean, no, the state has a vested interest. They want the state
do.
to be better. And
We
this
have.
is
I mean,
part
right
of
now, if you go out to mitalent.org, we have almost 100,000 jobs that are open. We've done such a phenomenal job of attracting businesses to the state that the next level is to get that talent matched,
Yeah.
and this is part of that program. You know, we're telling you, sign up. We will do it with you, for you.
Waiting.
And there's tons of jobs. I keep hearing Dave saying 1,400, and let me tell you, that's way over the quota what they need to meet. So bring it, baby.
But hey, you got the URL, ITintheD.com/Career Academy. We're going to wrap things up
Yeah.
for episode 218. Brian Krantz, thank you from MEDC for supporting the program and hanging out with us. Jamie and Carlos, always appreciate DSDT. We'll put the links on all of our social and
For sure.
and for the recap. Jeremiah, also thank you for I think you said 3 words this episode, but we appreciate the time you spent with us as always. And hopefully Nuri is not on a toilet in India somewhere, so we
He might be, or
we
just
wish him-
squatting over a hole.
wish him Godspeed.
Oh, and hey, Randy's still here.
And Randy,
No, Randy came back.
Randy, thank you for doing the Twitters. Last but not least, we'd like to thank App River and Bluehost for keeping the lights on. We couldn't do without you.
River.
And on behalf of Bob and Dave and the Ghost of Nuri, I would say do us all a favor.
Stop with the worst meatball sandwich ever. Yeah.
Drink up all your drinks, get your phone numbers. You don't got to go home. You just got to get the hell out of here. Drive careful. See you next week.